Hi everyone, it's Psychic Medium Elizabeth Grove, Paranormal Priestess. Welcome to the channel for those of you who are new. I hope maybe there's something that you resonate with on this channel. I do everything from monthly messages that are channeled directly from the angels to healing methods, protection methods. Even now and then I do haunted location vlogs, share some scary stories of experiences that I've had with spirits. So there's a little bit for everyone on here in the realms of the supernatural. I'm very excited to share the monthly message for November because the messages are very, very powerful due to the 1111 portal that we were all waiting for and very excited about. And of course, this is going to be very, very impactful in terms of spiritual high-level energy, 5D energy. And making really a lot of big transformations with this energy. So that is a lot of what I received here. Wow, okay, so where do I begin with this? The first thing that I'll start off with is the vision that I received when I asked my team about this portal, because of course I wanted to know, for my own journey, as well as be able to share it with the collective. And the first thing that they showed me was the symbol of the cardinal. And the cardinal, of course, the male cardinals have the very bright feathers, the red feathers, and they always give you hope. Hope, through the winter, through the dark time of the year, gives you hope that spring's ahead. And they are also the spiritual messenger. Okay, so anytime you're thinking about spiritual messages, the cardinal will be one of those animals to show up for you. There are others, but the cardinal is one of them. And I thought to myself, wow, the symbol of the cardinal and how beautiful the male energy is, and how the actual masculine energies. I mean, we have a lot of the feminine that are waking up, but we also have many of the masculines. And I definitely thought about that, and I went, wow, the males are actually the most beautiful out of the cardinals. The ones that have these really, really bright feathers. And so that energy, the energy for the masculine, does come up very, very strongly in terms of the awakenings that are happening now. The red also symbolizes moving forward, the fire energy, the vital energy, and the symbol of air, of communication. So again, there's that energy of divine messages, communication. Okay, and many of you who I speak with, even on social media, we have been sharing synchronicities and signs that have been coming up in regards to our twin flame and our spiritual journey. And I gotta tell you, I have been seeing 1111, 1010, 444, 555. I mean, you name it, I have been seeing it almost every second. So I want to hear from you guys if you've also been receiving a lot of these synchronicities, these numbers, because they have been coming up everywhere. And I'm always really, wow, I love seeing that because it always tells me that I'm on the right track. It also gives me messages regarding my beloved's awakening process, because I'm a twin flame as well, for those of you who are new to the channel. And although I'm not in physical union yet, I have very strong higher self communication with him. So that I always have to share with my clients and with you on the channel. But it also, being able to see these signs and synchronicities, these numbers, it also gives me messages about his own process. It always lets me know if I'm on track, if I am making a breakthrough, that gateway energy, and that's exactly what we're heading into. So if you have been seeing a lot of the synchronicities in terms of numbers, it's here. These higher energies, these 5D energies are going to be coming in very, very strongly with this portal. So it's really a very, very exciting and awesome time. Also, what's coming up too, dreams. Dreams have been coming up, vivid dreams, receiving very clear messages, psychic insights coming up, these types of things. And I will say that with the portal, getting closer to the portal, this is going to be happening even more so. So pay attention definitely this month of November for what you're receiving, what you're getting from your angels, from your guides, from the divine in terms of signs, and being able to just tap into that and ask your team, ask your spiritual team, what does this mean for me? What does this mean for my beloved? What does this mean for my life purpose, my mission, my growth? Okay, it's always a great idea, and I talked about this in the psychic video, to keep track of your dreams, keep track of your psychic insights. Anything that comes up that you feel that you caught that seems significant in some way to you, write it down. If a dream seemed like it was significant to you, it was very vivid, you remembered it, write it down, because I got to tell you guys, like during the month of November and through this portal, you're going to receive a lot of information. It's going to be downloading in, and you're going to receive a lot more synchronicity. So pay attention, because it's guiding you. It's guiding you on this journey. And so anything really that you need to know that would be in the highest good to know at this time, if you ask your team and they're able to reveal it to you, they will. But of course, you have to reach out to your spiritual team, because that is the only way you're giving your permission to your team to step in. Because of course, you have free will, and our angels and our guides respect our free will. So this portal is really, truthfully, going to be amazing. Oh my gosh. So I definitely recommend that celebrating this portal. I know that it's been very, very difficult going through a lot of the things that, we go through on this journey as twin flames, those who are graduating souls who are on this spiritual path. It's difficult, to go through the processes. And there are going to be some things that are coming up with this portal to pay attention to that might be a little bit challenging. But I don't want anyone to fall into the lower energy. I want everyone to really remain as excited and open to miracles as they possibly can, because when we're talking about what's happening now, I mean, we went through this whole summer with these amazing cosmic events, as challenging, again, as things are. When we have these high-level portals coming through these cosmic events, it really just, it fills with all this high-level 5D energy, brings us more awareness, recognition, but it also bottoms out a lot of the lower stuff. So we end up doing a lot of that releasing work too. And of course, with this portal, there's going to be a lot of that going on still, especially for your twin who is awakening. Okay, so we'll talk about that. But for 11/11, we plan to do something really, really special for yourself and your beloved, whether you're with them in the physical or not. It doesn't matter. You can light a candle. You can send your love to them, and I definitely encourage you to do so. Connect with them. Connect with your own higher self as well, and really just bask in your own love and your own light, and be able to transfer that to your twin. Okay, so whether or not they know about the dynamic yet, you are going to assist them either way. Okay, for those who are currently awakenings, the sleeper twins, they're either, they're still going about, they're still getting trapped maybe a little bit in their ego, or a lot in their ego and in illusions. Now's the time, especially around this portal, to really tap into the love, really tap into the light, the connection that you both have, and really just open yourself up to receive these amazing energies that are going to be coming through. And because of this portal, I mean, it's so important, it's so powerful. That's why my team actually said to me to not do the remote spirit extraction work basically for the entire month of November, because it wasn't the right time for me to travel in my light body. Okay, so when these big events happen in the universe, it's always best for me to lay back and stay safe. So I'm going to definitely, listen to them with their advice, but I am open for sessions if anyone would like those, to connect with their angels and guides regarding anything that's on their spiritual path, the twin flame journey also. The energies that are coming up for November, they are, of course, very amazing, but there are some challenging aspects to them to mention, okay? And for those of you who are new to the channel, I do a lot of automatic writing for my spiritual team. I also get things direct. I don't want to forget anything, so I have some of my notes here as well in case I kind of, go off and talk about, what I'm getting directly, but I don't want to forget some of the things that they've also had me write. So the key messages, a lot of cleansing is going to be happening, of course, with this portal, okay? A lot of clearing out. We're having shadow selves come up. We're having fear-based patterns and beliefs come up, okay? And we'll talk about that. So transformation is really, really coming up very big time for November, okay? It's a gateway of transitional power. Now, for those twins who are sleeping currently, or they just started to become a little bit awakened, there's some heavy duty energy that they're dealing with in terms of fears that they're still experiencing, the ego belief system, the ego patterns, okay? And so much of that is coming up from childhood, from family situations. Past lives are also connected with this, so whatever they tagged along with them from past lives, that's also there. Some of what the divine masculine on their side are experiencing are fears that they somehow, their actions or lack of action have hurt the divine feminine. For those who are remembering, they are feeling still some guilt with their own behavior. They are feeling like they're not good enough. They're feeling like if she or, were to see the true self of me, she would not like what she sees, and that's because the divine masculine has not stepped into his complete self-love. Now, the great news here is that we have this 11/11 portal in November, and it will be supporting the love. It will be self-love, the love between each other, the connection to the light, the connection to the divine. It will help to strengthen that, awaken that further. Okay, and whatever is impeding that, whatever is coming between that, those are the things that are coming up to the surface to clear away. So the twin flames who are struggling, okay, there are some things that are coming up that I know are coming up in sessions, and a lot of that is dealing with issues of not loving the self enough, not being able to step fully into their power. That's still playing out very much so in November. And so whatever is not allowing you to step fully within your power, those are the things that are to be looked at. Those are the things to understand have to be released. Okay, that was in the highest good to be released for yourself. Okay, for your own self-mastery, for your own self-growth, and of course it's not helpful in the union, okay? So we have a lot of the divine feminine are having fears that they will not be impactful with their mission, that they're not a powerful being. I have a lot of the sexuality coming up too, that, some of the sexual oppression, that's being cleared away so that we can fully step into our sexual power in the most divine way possible. So we have that, the sexual energies. The divine masculine also is going to be clearing out some of that as well. Okay, and as anything that would be ego or a lower belief system connected with sexuality, that's heading out. But the divine feminine really has to own their role now, really take part in self-love. So the month of November really just showcases that the divine feminine steps into their light, steps into their unique beauty, steps into their unique role, and really believes in what they're doing and really understands that, she's powerful, okay? For the divine masculine, he's, still grappling a lot with a lot of ego, a lot of disillusions coming up. But we have disillusions coming up actually on both ends. We have the divine masculine disillusioned by falling into his traps of ego in terms of patterns and beliefs, habits, any addictions, things like that. The divine masculine's playing out a lot of this, guys, in the physical. So, and this is not to cause the divine feminine hurt, although she could get triggered by this, but this is because he's facing off to this. So we have a huge facing off of fears going on, okay? Again, it's not just one end and not the other, but with the masculine, he has his set of fears. The divine feminine has her set of fears, okay? For the divine feminine, many who are awakened, and many are, there is this disillusionment that she'll be abandoned, that you will never get into union, that he will never get it, that somehow, some way, this is just not meant for you, and all it's doing is causing pain. And these are the types of beliefs, the fear-based beliefs here, that absolutely are coming up to go for the month of November. Okay, we have 11/11, so we're talking about that strong twin flame divine energy stepping in. So with that energy, it brings up these things, these fears, these belief systems, and encourages us to let them go for good. Okay. So the twin flames who have been struggling in their awakenings or resisting, okay, they are facing their own shadow selves. For many, they are going through their dark night of the soul. So if you as the awakened twin are feeling, and you definitely recognize it's from your counterpart, feeling the negative emotions, and you're feeling anxiety, and you're feeling depression, you're feeling a lot of angers, there's a lot of angers that are coming up. Please know to not get discouraged by this, but to know that it's always darkest before the dawn, like they say in Batman, which is very, very true. That going through the dark night of the soul is difficult. It's very, very challenging. And so to show your beloved compassion, to be able to work with whatever lower emotions are coming up and to let go of them out of your union, out of the full existence of both of you from its root cause, that is really important. That's coming up for November. Facing fears, conquering them, okay, transformation in order to step into true strength and empowerment, true divine self, to step into, to become the higher self, basically, is happening. So the gateway portal will expose these fears and darkness, okay, where it needs to be. So basically the divine will give whatever is needed, So, and of course, working with the divine, calling them in for assistance, asking them for help. They're there for you. All you need to do is ask. But yes, this portal will be exposing a lot of these things for the awakening twin. And it's going to be hard for them to look at it. But this is a transition that's really, really important in order for them to become aware of their higher self, aware of their divine self, basically, and to become aware of the dynamic, or become further aware of it, so that way they are able to make different choices. Okay, so much is going to be rapidly changing for the twin who is awakening. Okay, so it might come off a little harsh for the one who is awakened, so try your best. I know for some of you who I speak with in sessions who are empaths, it's difficult when you're feeling those types of emotions, or when if some of you are triggered. It's not happening as often, but if some of you are triggered by behaviors and patterns and addictions that are playing out in the 3D, please know that that is an opportunity for you to work with your twins' energy, okay, with their higher self energy within meditation, to call in your spiritual team in order to heal together, to release these things, to intend on releasing them wherever their root cause lies, okay, whether it's this lifetime, whether it's another lifetime, to explore those things with your twin's higher self and work with your spiritual team to release them. It's going to be really, really important to be able to finish up what has to be done before physical union. So that comes up strongly in November. Also, this is a good thing to note, that it may appear as though your twin who is awakening is taking steps back, okay, while they're clearing and they're dealing with conquering their ego, conquering the fears and the shadow self. So the message here is to really understand that there are things that are happening behind the scenes, that there is divine orchestration involved, and whatever lessons that your beloved has to learn, to try your best to, no matter how it looks and how it feels, and I understand that it can be very challenging to have to go through this, but understand that these lessons are valid, they are needed, it's going to be what takes them through, okay, and so that way they can come into awareness, full awareness of what's happening, who they are, the divine, what's happening with the ascension, the dynamic, you, okay? Because many of the divine masculines, they are sensing you. They are feeling you. They know that you're there. They're feeling the connection. They are getting the synchronicities. Their higher selves are guiding them as well, okay? And your higher self is also assisting them and connecting with them, and they are picking up on that for sure. Many, though, are afraid of it. Many of them are trying to still cling on and hold on to the ego, because that's just that's what felt comfortable for them, because this is very uncomfortable for many of the awakening ones, okay? And so they just don't know how to handle it, and it's like that tower energy of everything falling down in their worlds. It disintegrates everything, okay? Anything that's not serving them coming down. And the 1111 gateway is going to help to break down all of what's not serving them. People around them, choices they've made, the environment, anything and everything. Is going to be a lot of changes that happen. So if you've been seeing these synchronicities, especially the 555, boy, I know I've been seeing that everywhere. So if you are picking up on 555, 55, that is the synchronistic number for major changes. So major changes are happening, both ends, okay? So old thought patterns, emotional patterns, behaviors, they will act as catalysts, okay, for a deep and powerful awakening that will push all into union. So definitely take that with you, okay? Now is the time for renewed faith, trust, and surrender on your twin flame journeys. Really, really important, as it always is. But especially, as you feel that your twin is going through their transition, which is definitely needed for them. Staying in the faith, staying in the higher vibration, giving your blessing and your compassion towards them. Really understanding that even though what they're going through is very difficult, even though you are not with them in the physical and you are witnessing some of the things that are going on, whether on social media, whether, thrown off by some, strange text that they sent you or email that seemed very cold, these types of things happening, whether they blocked you, stay in the faith and know that there's a lot more than meets the eye. And that's definitely with November's energy, that so much is happening and so many exciting things are happening for twin flames, and there's beautiful energy supporting this. So keep the faith and keep the trust. It's really crucial to keep your vibration high. Any interference, there could very well be some interferences happening with twin flames, especially with the one who was awakening, who was going through a rough period of the dark night of the soul or transition. And I know, as someone who went through this, that that's when I had to deal with a lot of lower energy. And so, you know, what I would suggest is that you call upon Archangel Michael. Michael can definitely assist with removing any types of lower interferences, or, you know, people or otherwise. And working with Michael is going to be really, really important here. Anyone that would perhaps hang on your union or somehow, some way interfere in any kind of way, I would definitely work with Archangel Michael and work daily to pray to remove any type of interferences in your life aspects, your twins' life aspects, and your union aspects. Okay, so those three, if you could remember to do that. Okay. Also, too, what's coming through is working with transmutation even more. So if you have not worked with, say, the violet flame or the violet fire, this would be a great period to do that, to just be able to transmute any types of lower energies, both for yourself and your beloved. This is going to benefit you and help you to finish up before coming into physical union. See if I got anything. So compassion with your twin as they're awakening is really, really important. As I mentioned, letting go of any doubts or fears or anything like that, important. Another thing coming up for November, and some of you have been noticing this already, but definitely after the gateway for sure, is that you'll have an enhanced gifts. So you'll have your gifts emerge even more so. This is also going to happen for your twin who is awakening, more enhanced psychic ability. And this, of course, will assist your twin with being able to perceive things and become aware of information. Be aware of who they are, what they're here for. Be aware of you, who's awakened. So the divine is definitely supporting all of this, and that's why this 1111 gateway is so powerful, and it's so amazing, because these higher energies coming through, it's a breakthrough. It's a gateway. It's a breakthrough. It's awareness. If you are noticing the 1111s a lot more frequently, you know that definitely that there's something ahead, and it's always saying that. If you do notice that your twin who is currently awakening, perhaps you're not communicating, but you do happen to see that they maybe somehow you find out that they saw some sort of synchronicity, or you just caught it, you caught their message at a certain time, they sent a message, or, you know, tweeted something, or they posted something, and you happen to notice that it was at 11:11 or something like that, please know and take it that they are being addressed. They are being awakened, okay? And they do know a lot more than you think that they know. This is very true, and this is something that I think would help a lot, you know, especially if you're feeling doubts. They do know so much more than you think, and they are receiving so much of this, but they're just trying to understand it. Maybe they're fearful of it, fearful of themselves, fearful of perhaps what they would be or would not be for you, you know, that they would ruin the union somehow. I mean, there's still lower energies that they're dealing with. There's still fears that they're dealing with. And so sending your support and your love and working with them is going to help them to come through. So don't give up on them, and certainly don't give up on yourself, you know, definitely, because you both are really, really needed in this world for the uniqueness that you both bring, for the gifts that you bring, for the light that you are. You're here to transmute, and you're here to template the planet. So kudos to you for going through all these processes and all the stages. It's hard work. It is hard work, but you are getting there, and the overall picture of this is definitely well worth it. Definitely well worth it, because this world needs you. So I'm just trying to see if I have missed anything. I don't want to miss anything for you guys. I think I pretty much touched on everything. But the awakening twin is really finding the courage to conquer their fears, okay? And so, you know, they have to get through this. They have to get through their ego, and they will. They will. With the help of the divine, with the help of their beloved, you who's watching this, they will absolutely do that. And everything you'll see, it will all come together just like this huge puzzle pieces. It really, really will. Okay, so if you have felt that your twin flame possibly would not make these significant changes to their life, they're stubborn, they're resistant, all of that type of thing, they signed up for this journey just like you did. Okay, so remember that. Remember that. The divine does not wake one up, makes them aware of the connection and the physical in order to just keep the other one asleep, and maybe, just maybe, they'll awaken, you know, to it. And then we have the awakened twin who just can't date anyone else, can't feel it with anyone else, and then there's just misery. It just does not work that way. So I know some of my clients, I had to set them straight and explain this to them, that there's a reason, there was a timing, there was a process. Stay with it and don't give up. So I believe I pretty much covered it all. Some of this may come off a little bit harsh, you know, for the resistant twin, but it's going to be exactly what they need in order to make those changes that they really need to make. They really do. So stay patient, and step into your power. For those of you who are watching this who are awakened, now's the time for you to shine. So take this beautiful energy, celebrate it with your beloved, whether they're in the physical or they're, you know, it's the higher self. Receive this and really make a promise to yourself that you are going to just put your best foot forward and really love yourself. Really step into self-love. Really be able to step into that you are taking care of yourself, that you're balancing yourself in every way, mind, body, and spirit. And, you know, feel confident about what you're here to do. And if you are unsure about your life purpose, your mission, or maybe you have gotten some signs of it, but you're not positive, I'm here. I'm offering, of course, sessions, just not clearings right now. So a 30-minute or an hour session would help you out. There's a lot that comes through these sessions. So if you can do an hour, I definitely recommend an hour, because you'll see that there's just so much that comes through that they want to cover, and I want to make sure that I'm covering it all adequately for you. Things that are regarding your mission, specific things that are coming up for clearing, so we can pinpoint those for both yourself and your beloved. And it's here to assist you. Archangel Michael has been coming through very, very strongly lately, and I've been making a joke with him, calling him Stick It to the Man, Michael. So School of Rock, if any of you have seen School of Rock. And the reason why I say this is that Michael has been really kind of like, another joke, get her done. But he has been, honestly, he's been really strong about finishing up this work, really staying committed, taking those steps for your mission and your life purpose without procrastinating any longer, really just stepping right in. And he really isn't fooling around when he comes in. I mean, a lot of these sessions, he comes in straight away, right in the beginning. And I'm like, here we go. It's going to be a powerful session here. And it usually is. So if you feel like, those of you who awaken, that you're falling short of staying committed, or you're fearful that you'll be able to do your mission, definitely Archangel Michael is the support system to encourage you and give you strength. Alrighty. That is pretty much it. Lots of lessons. Oh, actually, one last thing, you know, with your awakening twin who may be going through the dark night of the soul, valuing their process. Sometimes it's best to step away. Okay, some twins, they ask me, now is the right time to contact my twin. Should I contact my twin? I want to. I haven't spoken to them. It's been a long time, or perhaps you've never spoken to your twin. Just understand and not take it personally as best you can that if you are not getting a response from them, that it's because they're going through a difficult change. Many also are ending karmic relationships. They're stepping out of that. They're having a whole transition happen within their lives. They've had to really cut away a lot of things in their lives. And it's a confusing time for them. So it may not be the best time to reach out. So use your discernment with that. Ask your team. Just be as respectful as you can, because it's a lot mentally and emotionally on them as they're becoming more aware, and it is overwhelming, very overwhelming. So if you don't hear back from your twin when you reach out, or they're blocking you and don't want to speak to you at this time, please know that there's a lot going on behind the scenes and under the surface, and you will be able to understand that further. Okay, so those are the messages for November. Let me know if you resonate with this. Any kind of comments or questions, you can put them below. I'm going to put all my information on how to contact me in the description. So if you are guided to work with me, and I do check with my team to see if I'm a vibrational match with you, and I'll let you know. And if you are, I would love to do a session with you, and we can see what's happening on your journey. If there's any blockages, any kind of thought patterns or anything that might be blocking you, if you feel creatively blocked, if you feel like you're blocked with your mission, we can find out. And those are the things that are coming up here with this month. We can really truthfully find out what those are so that we can better remove those blocks and shift the energy. Okay, so I'm here for you. So the Paranormal Priestess.com. I'm on social media as well, on Facebook. The Paranormal Priestess is my page, and I'm on Twitter at ParaPriestessYT to follow the YouTube channel account. And it's just been amazing, and I'm really blessed to be doing this work. I really love being able to support anyone and everyone, from being on the twin flame journey to not being on the twin flame journey, and just I offer readings to everyone. I offer clearings to everyone. It is very, very special, however, to work with twin flames because of just how important they are in this world, to really elicit change. So really it's been a blessing. So please remember that from the heart of the darkness is born the light. Okay, stay with it, stay committed, keep the faith. Keep your vibrations high. You got this. You got this. Take care, everyone. Wishing you an amazing November. Those are your messages, and I will be back next week with another video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.